This is my son, Kai. Here in this picture, he's having a blast in the woods here in coastal California. To keep these opportunities alive for his and future generations, we have to harness the power of private capital. For centuries, the only way to make money from the environment has been to extract from it. Recent innovations in financial mechanisms and changes in the regulatory environment now make it possible to make money by restoring and preserving our natural resources. At the Natural Capital Fund, we invest in projects that have positive environmental outcomes as well as provide a healthy return for our investors. To explain a little bit more about how that happens, I'll
So historically, conservation has experienced a lack of funding, and the funding has come through regulatory mechanisms or philanthropy. The Natural Capital Fund aims to fund conservation through private investment. And we will fund this investment through our projects involving litigation banking, carbon offsets, conservation easements, and ecosystem services. Building off our solution, we'll offer the opportunity to provide conservation impact with attractive returns for investors. We will offer the opportunity for everyday retail investors to make a rewarding investment through our online crowdfunding platform. In addition, we will do the due diligence necessary to vet conservation projects. And with that, Justin will go into more detail about our projects.
Thanks, Fritz. To further clarify our goals and how the fund will operate, we'd like to give an example of the type of project that our fund might invest in. We know of a 4,000-acre ranch in the hills above Napa Valley with rich endangered species habitat, seasonal wetlands, and vernal pools. It was previously proposed for a vineyard development, but it was determined not to be feasible due to the presence of many environmental concerns. So here's an opportunity for the Natural Capital Fund to create a wine country luxury resort coupled with the mitigation and conservation. A luxury resort would provide both comfort and recreation in a secluded setting to those who want to be away from the crowds and yet be within minutes to Napa Valley. The resort would provide access to outdoor activities and would also be an ideal location to hold special events. Creating a conservation and mitigation bank would offer the Natural Capital Fund economic incentives to protect natural resources. It would save time and money for developers with mitigation responsibilities by simplifying the state regulatory compliance process. In exchange for permanently protecting wetlands, restoring habitat for endangered species such as the California red-legged frog, California tiger salamander, our fund would be allowed to sell mitigation bank and habitat credits to developers to offset negative environmental impacts elsewhere. Projects such as this would provide multiple revenue streams from the sale of mitigation bank and habitat credits and the operation of the luxury resort. Our team estimates that an initial investment of $5 million would in turn yield annual cash flows of $1.3 million after year 3, for a duration of 9 years in total. This provides an impressive project return of 20% for investors.
So there's a clear market opportunity for a solution like the Natural Capital Fund for 3 main reasons. The first reason is based on the fact that environmental conservation lacks funding. The second reason is the demand. As you can see from the McKinsey study, the total addressable market for a solution like this is $400 billion. The current investment is only at $50 billion. That leaves the opportunity for a solution like ours at around $350 billion. The third reason is a differentiator. That's our crowdfunding platform. That allows everyday retail investors to invest in conservation. There is nothing in the current market that has an opportunity like this. It provides enhanced liquidity, greater visibility to conservation projects, and also a new opportunity for the everyday investor. investors invest capital through our fund. Then retail investors get to also invest through our crowdfunding model. Then the fund invests capital in conservation projects through environmental markets with substantial financial return. Overall, our fund really provides a greater benefit to society by allowing institutional investors and retail investors the opportunity to invest in environmental markets. And now, Kyle's going to take you into the financials.
All right, thank you, Carly. So now I'm going to talk about our financials and expected return to our investors. But first, we want to highlight the two main investors that we're going to be targeting, investor classes. And they are what we are calling our equity investors and our crowdfunding or retail investors. And so they both have different expected returns and minimum investment requirements. So our equity investors are really high net worth individuals or institutions that are looking for a long-term investment. Whereas our retail investors are targeting more of the everyday investor that's looking to invest in the environment and get a nice steady return. So now let's move on to our expected return for the fund. As you can see in this chart, the blue line identifies the expected return on an annual basis for the next 15 years. And the red bar is the investments that we're going to have to make the fund into these individual projects to sustain that return of the blue line. So as you can see in the first 5 years, there really isn't that strong of a return under 10%. And that's because our projects really require a couple of years of investment to actually yield a profit. And so that's why you see the steady return declining and reaching 20% in the outer years of 13 years. And so now we've kind of reviewed the returns of our fund. Let's jump into how we're going to make money. And this is us, the fund, and this is our financial return. So you have 2 lines here, total revenue and total costs. We make money, the fund makes money by management fees and performance fees of the fund. And then our major expense is salaries. And so for the first year we make a profit is year 4. In year 6 we break even. And then around year 7 you can see a steady trajectory, upward trajectory of our revenue. And that's really because of the projects that we were invested in years 1 to 4. And so with that, now we've reviewed our financials. I'm going to turn it back to Justin.
There are clear instruments available out there to make money while generating a healthy return, while benefiting the environment. We're here because we have the knowledge of these tools, as well as the knowledge of the ecological systems that support them. At the Natural Capital Fund, we envision a future where private investment is a primary tool for protecting the environment. Beyond that, we envision a future where both retail investors as well as institutional investors have the opportunity to invest in these types of projects, generating healthy return for themselves while feeling good about what they do. We hope to take you along on that journey.